Hello everybody. I wasn't sure if I should do a video about something that happened with my son last weekend at the park. After I calmed down, I was just thinking, you know, people aren't always nice and things are going to happen, and I need to learn to take a breather and deal with them and help my kids through it instead of worrying at what the person did. But it kind of bothers me because so last weekend my daughter was at a birthday party, so we took my son, who's autistic, to the park, and he's very friendly. He will play with any kid, talk to them. We'll try to attempt to talk because he's delayed in his speech. And there's these two little girls that he was trying to play with, and they kept telling him, "You can't play with me. I don't want to play with you." And he didn't really understand. He just kept going up and down the slide, chasing them around. And I can hear them say, "Oh, look at her," meaning me, because we're the only other parents there besides the kids' parents. She's fat, my mom's not fat, and talking about how big I was. I was like, well, kids are, they say brutally honest, and, she doesn't know that the person's been working out, losing weight, what they're going through, they're kids. So I was like, I'm just going to let it go. And the parents the whole time were just standing there watching them, and we're all... the park isn't very big, and the benches are really close to the park area, so they heard it. And so they kept playing, and then the little girl goes, "Gosh, he is so fat. I am not playing with him." Right to my son. And he just looks at her like, "Why aren't they playing with me? Why aren't they chasing me? He's trying to get them to play." So after so many times of this little girl keep telling him, "Stay away from me, I'm not playing with you," even though I kept trying to keep him on his, because there is 2 different slides, so I kept trying to keep him away. But him not understanding why the kids didn't want to play, he kept wanting to go down the same slide. Not like next to them or, pulling on them or, even close to them, but he just wanted to go down the same one they were going down. So after the 3rd time of them saying things about him, and then she stood there and yelled right in his face, "I do not want to play with you, get off the playground." And the mom was right there. And the mom's like, "Honey, we can't yell. I know you don't like boys, but we don't yell." I was like, it doesn't matter if you like boys or not, for whatever reason that she's going through. You do not allow her to treat somebody like that. And if she can't interact with children for a reason, you don't take her to a playground where there's other children. Or you're right with her telling her, "This is how we interact with them. This is how, if we don't want to be with them, there's other places we can play with." You don't say, "Oh, oh, well, I know you don't like them, but..." So I couldn't believe the parent just stood there the whole time listening to her child be mean to my son, who just wanted to play, and you could tell by the way he acts that he's behind, and was being so rude. Children are a reflection of us. I know they're all their own little human beings, but they see and hear what we say, and they see that must be how they treat people that look different or not their size or whatever. So they were being very rude. So as parents, we really need to look at ourselves and see what we're teaching our kids, because this is horrible. I can see, well, I know they shouldn't, but them saying, making comments about my weight. This is my fault and I'm dealing with it. My child is trying different medications to get through difficulties with his autism that causes other issues. And so he did not deserve what this child was doing to him, while the parents just standing there doing nothing. If we expect our kids to be good human little human beings, then we need to do better. It was just, I'm angry about it now. Then I was like crying. I was like hysterical. And of course, my friends are like, okay, take a breather. We can get through this. People are just mean. No, that's not acceptable. We shouldn't just accept that people are mean. And especially with everything that's going on nowadays, that's just a very horrible thing to think. People are mean. Just deal with it. That's why people are mean, is because people who don't want confrontation or to say something, they just deal with it, and these people think it's okay to keep going. Like these little kids, I hope they never run into somebody who's not my son, who doesn't understand or isn't as friendly, and they say something to them. Can you imagine, this day and age, that sadly what kids do to other kids? So now I'm already worried, but even more worried now what my son's going to go through as he gets older. How not accepting people of him will be, and what he has to go through and be made fun of. I know it happens to even regular kids, but when you're different, it happens even worse. And then seeing these little kids on the news and stuff that don't want to deal with the bullying anymore and sadly take it in their own hands. I don't know how my son's going to deal with it once he's older, how much he's going to understand, and how much to heart he's going to take it. I mean, I'm already taking it hard, of course, being his parent watching him, but he's the one going through it. So, and then my daughter has to be in school class therapy thing with other kids, learning how to be friends, because she was having little girls that she was trying to play and make friends with not wanting to be her friends, so she was keeping to herself. So then the counselor said, well, we're going to help her learn to be better friends to children. I'm like, she tried and wanted to be friends. They didn't want to be friends with her. So instead of working with the children who don't want to be friends with people or are causing issues, they be friends with the kids that are now loners because nobody wants to play with them. It doesn't make any sense that we're not getting at the issue of what, the kids that are doing the bullying or doing the, not wanting kids to play with them and excluding kids and stuff. Instead, they're dealing with teaching the kids to learn how to deal with being rejected and just be your own group or whatever. So I've been dealing that with school, and then him at the playground. It's been a very stressful week. So it's just everything I see going on, and then with my kids and stuff, it's like I do not understand why so much hate is going on, and why people can't just breathe and want to be nice, or you don't have to go out of your way to talk to people if you don't want to, but at least respect them enough to not be hurtful to them. I mean, is that really too much to ask, just to be a decent human being? You don't have to be my friend. I really don't care. But don't come up to me saying hurtful things, or, telling me I can't be part of something, or, saying something about my looks or whatever, just out of being hateful. I understand that everybody's not going to like me. That is part of life. But we do need to learn the difference between liking everybody and being respectful. So we as adults need to start with ourselves so our children can learn that. But it seems like us adults nowadays are just losing the sight of that too. So of course our kids have little minds that absorb everything and see that and think it's okay. So I guess it's just something to get off my chest, because of course, being that it was my child that was involved, I think more of it every day. I mean, I've seen kids, when I've been picking up my daughter early or something, or playing with other little kids, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that poor little kid. I'm thinking about the rest of the day, I hope somebody plays with them. But when it's your child, you think about it like 24/7 no matter what you're doing. So I just hope I could figure out how to help them cope, because it seems like most people don't want to teach their kids to be respectful or be better towards other people. So sorry, I'm looking around. I'm waiting for my daughter at Girl Scouts, and there's people like walking around. I'm like, hopefully they don't think I'm weird. I guess it doesn't matter, right? So yeah, anyways, that's what's been on my mind since the weekend. So I hope everybody's doing well, and be kind, be happy, and stay safe. Bye.